I'm Sid Kingsley. I'm a musician, songwriter, singer.
The pain of my father.
All right, Sid.
Always down in my soul.
From the United States, and I'm currently living in Salzburg, Austria. And for the last, I don't know, couple of videos now, I've been really digging Angine De Poitrine. Maybe I'm saying it right this time. I don't know. Every time I say it, somebody in the comments says there's another way to say it. The French say it differently than the Canadians. Who cares? At the end of the day, their music's good. If I can't pronounce their name, I don't think they care, as long as you like the music. And so I did see in the last video, I was talking about how I'd love to see them live, and I was hoping that they come to the EU. I think they were only playing in Canada, but apparently they are coming to the EU. But all the dates that I've seen are either ones I can't go to, like there's a couple of festivals that I think you can still get tickets for, but the solo shows that they have are apparently completely sold out as soon as they went on sale, and rightly so. I mean, these guys are blowing up. So I found this channel, and I'll link the channel in the description. I can't remember the name of the channel offhand, but they have like a full live show. I'm not going to watch the whole live show. I saw some of the show. So, I kind of skimmed through some of this. I haven't seen a full song. I have not seen a full song on this whole thing. Just kind of skimmed through. And one of the songs kind of caught my ear, which is called Ababa Hotel. That really seems like something I would dig. So I'm going to watch that and see what that's about and see if I can kind of get a vibe of what it's like to be at a live show. And this looks like the size room that I was looking to see them in anyways, like a 500 cap room. I know I'm watching it through a screen. It's not the same, but this seems like a perfect size room that I'd want to see them in. And this apparently was at Club Soda in Montreal, if you're familiar with that place. And you're in Canada, shout out to them. But let's go ahead and get into it, and let's see what this Ababa Hotel, not ABBA. Great band, though. I do love ABBA. And I will say, the drummer, I guess his name is, they're calling him Miss Kleck, is the name that everybody keeps saying. Yeah, he's a badass. And this, I did see that some of their influences are people like John Scofield, who I absolutely love. He's one of my favorite funk jazz fusion guitar players, besides John McLaughlin from Mahavishnu Orchestra and things like that. But I can definitely see the vibes. You can see all the influences. There's a couple other bands that I've not heard that I need to hear that are influences of theirs as well that's listed. But anyway. And this is the first time I've heard a different tone from the guitar player. Before it's you're playing this stuff. This is more like a Scofield tone that I don't know enough about guitars or the different pickups they use to get the different tones and things like that. But the sound of it, the timbre of it is definitely more of a jazz fusion thing, a more traditional sound. I would say this is not as out there and crazy as maybe some of the other stuff. the stage diving. You know, I get it. Everybody's vibing. I don't know how you feel about stage diving. I'm not a huge fan of it. It seems like, you know, it's a throwback to another time or maybe a different style of music. But, you know, to each their own. You know, the dude wants to ride on a bunch of people, have people, you know, putting their hands in his crotch and shit. You know, more power to you. If you want to do that, I guess go ahead and do it. But I'll say I kind of find it distraction from the music itself. I wouldn't be too happy about it. Maybe that's just because I'm getting older. Maybe I don't have time for that shit. And it doesn't look like a lot of the crowd is really into that either. But the lighting is on point. Whoever's doing the lighting, you know, they have it. You know, I'm sure they've been on the road with them and have gotten the songs down to a T as far as the lighting cues go. But they're killing it. I have all this time, so I know Kleck, the drummer, because people were saying it I have no idea what the guitar player's moniker is or whatever they're going by, but I absolutely love their phrasing. The phrasing that he's using, that he's playing with, is definitely heavily jazz influenced to my ear, maybe not to yours. But I like the phrasing. I like the way he's framing all of his little solo, not even solos. Just the little lines that he's playing. Dude, that's awesome. They're really good at keeping people engaged. You know, if there's any kind of a lull in energy or anything, or you get too predictable in the music, they're really good at bringing in an element of surprise to keep you hooked in. And that's something that comes from years of playing together and playing live in general. You figure out how to read an audience and the energy in the room, and they're pros at it, obviously. And just like you kind of, or at least I do, I think everybody, all the fans out there are hyper aware of the looping that's going on. If you just listen to it, it's like if you weren't watching what they were doing and knowing they were looping, it just sounds, it's cohesive. It's all there. But I just kind of realized, I was like, oh, he's playing the bass, but the guitar line is still going, the rhythm there. And I think that's awesome. A lot of practice, a lot of work has gone into that. and I would say, I'm sorry to keep stopping. I want to just keep listening. But the crowd is definitely into it, and that seems like the perfect size room. Not to say I know everybody wants to see him like in a stadium, but I think there's a bit of, once the room gets too big, there's like a kind of a separation of audience and musician. I feel like any bigger than this, and it kind of, for me, it gets disconnected. It may be different for you, but I don't know that I would want to see him in much bigger than this. Of course, I want them to get bigger. I just don't think it would be the best fan experience in like an arena type thing. I just noticed the drummer's his hat, his face, whatever, the eyes are glowing every time they do that. That's pretty badass. All right, well, that was Angine De Poitrine, Ababa Hotel. So that to me is more of a I don't know, traditional funk, as traditional as they can get. You know, it sounds like he's doing some like not shredder lines, but like more traditional like funk, jazz, blues lines mixed in with a little bit of the microtonal stuff. And then obviously they're doing a lot of the and obviously they're doing a lot of the other. They wanted to keep going there. A lot of the crazy time signatures they're doing and stuff. All the math rock elements that are in there, but the more I hear this band, the more I want to see them live. It sucks that they're sold out, but hopefully maybe they'll just add on some dates and I can catch it at the right time. Or if I happen to be in a certain country and I want to go to one of these festivals, I might do that. And yeah, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Share it out. Do all the good things, and we'll see you next time.